don't know that we made the right decision in terms of what we did.
We did not make
You know, when I say we, yes, but as Americans, we eat it when everybody else eats it. So this is our problem, and we still have to save it and do it.
People who voted because the price of eggs were high, wait till there's a raid at the poultry farms in Georgia and Arkansas. Then we're going to talk about the price of eggs.
Well, this is going to be an ongoing conversation because he's not even in yet, and it's hitting the fan. We'll be right back.
Can we agree that perhaps that pardon power needs to be reviewed and curbed?
So, great question. In Federalist 74, Alexander Hamilton writes that the reason we have the pardon power is to serve as a check on a criminal justice system, which, if allowed to run wild, could create a great sense of sanguinity in our country. And so I think that if you look at the original intent of the pardon power, it cannot be limited. And again, Trump has pardoned 26 people, Obama pardoned over 1,700, Bill Clinton pardoned 459.
So the answer to the question is what?
I would agree that Roger Stone should be pardoned if for no other reason that there's been a double standard in this country where people like Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Andrew McCabe, Clapper, Brennan have not faced consequences.
Can I just ask you, how about Rob Blagojevich, who flees like a children's hospital? Was that a good pardon?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know very much about the governor of Illinois. I'm not going to get into that one. I know Roger, I don't know Blago, and I'll leave that to others to decide.
Hey, do your thing, Trump. Do your thing.
Do your thing, Trump.
Okay.
All right.
Well, stop to use that in the ad. Like,
they definitely
got you.
Hey, yo, did you see the look on Sonny's face when she was speaking to Matt Gaetz in that previous clip? All right, a lot of the stuff he was saying went right over her head, and as soon as he was answering her questions, she went and moved the goalposts. But is anybody surprised? Was Trump picking Matt Gaetz as Attorney General a good pick for his cabinet? You know, for me, it's we're going to have to see how it plays out. What do you think about it, though? I remember hearing a few years ago that he was under investigation for some pretty heinous thing. Even though nothing came from the investigation, that didn't stop the beautiful, wonderful women at the amazing show that is The View from spewing their nonsense. Now, if you go to The View for any type of information, I don't know. I think that at this point, ABC knows Sunny Hostin is a liability, and that's why she got hit with this legal memo 3 minutes after she made her statements. They don't know what they're talking about on this show like a lot of the left mainstream media. And how do I know? Because a lot of my family watches these people. I can't wait for Thanksgiving dinner in a few weeks where we gonna gather and everybody gonna be upset, and I might pull up, try to be problematic. I might take this with me. Just to start problems, I might rock this. You know what I'm saying? Just to start problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a good loser, but I'm not a good winner either. The View co-host Sunny appeared downcast Tuesday as she was forced to read a legal disclaimer on air after blasting an AG nominee Matt Gaetz over accusations that he had with a 17-year-old girl and was engaged in illegal. I'm thinking she had to read that disclaimer because ABC was probably getting ready to drop her to prevent like a lawsuit or something. But let's get to the clip.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her.
Hey, Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
If it's your first time, welcome. Other than that, welcome back. Yo, road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you enjoy the content over here, please sub up to the channel. You could drop a like, join in on the conversation with a comment as well. That's what they do. Now, it is rare that somebody on their own panel would get fact checked. They got the word that that rumor has to cut it. All right, until some evidence is or something is brought to light. You know, if they release something that says otherwise. But till then, you have to stop spewing this. This is the fake news. This is the misinformation and disinformation that people talk about. At least with that threat, now that might stop her from saying that, maybe it might trickle down, but this is what they do to plant the seed of doubt in the minds of Americans. That's how the machine works. They say the same thing on all these programs. All right, you have you have the news stations, you have all these daytime talk shows where they're just pushing the same lies, saying it a million different ways. The fact that they called her out during the live show and made her read that statement, and you know she didn't want to, is good. All right, that means that we're getting back to some sort of ship being righted in this country. All right, you can't just lie on people without any ramifications. All right, like how they've treated Trump since he came down that escalator, just lying left and right. You can no longer do that. All right, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to be sued. The station you work on is going to be sued. Like, there's no more of that. Even though it would be funny as hell to see a lot of these big news stations just get sued into oblivion because they are lying to their audiences. Okay, they told their audiences Kamala Harris was winning in all the polls. She was going to take Iowa. She was going to take this country back. It was going to be a joyful time in this country. And now they don't know what to do because the mainstream media lied to them. You got people crying online, cutting their hair, women saying that they want to start a 4B movement, all this stuff, guys going and getting vasectomies. Yes, I'm seeing guys are having vasectomies because they are opposed to Trump winning the election. They told him that Trump was a racist, Trump was a fascist, he was Hitler, and then immediately the next day after he was elected, they all changed their tune. Aren't Joe and Mika right now getting a whole bunch of kickback for going down to Mar-a-Lago and quote-unquote kissing the ring? And even Charlemagne on his morning show is saying, hey, as far as the congestion tax, maybe Trump got it right. Hey, that was a beautiful segue.
And they said the reason they're trying to go so fast with this is because they want to get this done before Trump gets in office. So
yes, because Trump is it is projected that he will just kill the entire thing. This is true.
And guess what? That's a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, here's the thing. That's why I keep telling folks, whether you voted for the person or not, when the person does something that you agree with, I'm all for it. I don't want these congestion prices in New York.
No, it's going to raise the prices for too many people.
It's already expensive.
That's right.
Hey, do your thing, Trump. Do your thing.
Do your thing, Trump.
Okay.
All right.
Let
Well,
me stop for they use that in the ad. Like,
they definitely
got you.
You damn right I'm gonna use this, yo. Hey, yo, Leonard need to go ahead and keep it a buck, yo. I think when he went into that booth, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think he went for Trump. All right, he need to just go ahead and just put up a MAGA hat in the background. You know what I'm saying? Right in front of the iHeartRadio trophies. It's crazy how quickly things are changing. People are already having all these change of hearts. I don't know. Maybe the Democrat money allegedly that Charlemagne was getting paid slowed up. I don't know. But he's just humming a different tune, and he has been since Trump won. Maybe this could start some sort of conversation to be had with both sides where, hey, if our money looking better, if we bringing home more money, we're able to do more for our families, what's the problem with all of that? All right, what Charlemagne is referring to is the congestion tax in New York City. All right, I'm pretty sure he doesn't live in New York City. He probably lives in Jersey or something. So he has to commute into New York City. Not only does he have to take whatever bridges and tunnels he has to take and pay the tolls, but also to go into Manhattan, where I believe that's where his where Power 105 is stationed. He has to pay a tax to go into the city every day. He appreciates Trump trying to go in there and shut it down. Now, New York City is trying to hustle and get it passed through to raise money for their, I believe it's their transit infrastructure. But they're saying when Trump gets in, he's going to decimate it. And who has complaints to that? I bet you no New Yorkers are upset about that. Even the ones that voted for Kamala, right? See, it doesn't matter what Charlemagne and Roland Martin and Plies and Barack and Michelle Obama and Lizzo and Beyonce. It doesn't matter what any of them were telling us, all right? But more importantly, it doesn't matter what your family that voted for Kamala got to say. All right, we're going to bring them to get this money, to save on these taxes, to save money for their families. We're going to bring them kicking and screaming all the way to the bank with us. All right, they upset. They clawing at the ground. No. You are a little kid. You don't understand the way economics and everything work. Come here. Let Big Brother bring you to the money. All right, and that's what's happening. And I don't think anybody has any complaints about that.
So y'all can enjoy your win. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of you who voted for Trump, and you're rejoicing right now, there will be tears. And when the tears come shedding, you can't cry on our shoulders. And you can't come to say, I don't know how this happened. And all we gonna say is, we tried to tell you.
In closing, what do you think about Sunny Hostin having to eat her words live, all right, a few minutes after she was just talking total lies? All right, she knows that what she was saying was not true. Now, if something were to come in the future, that changes everything. But until then, we got nothing. And I'm pretty sure when he was investigated that they went through it thoroughly. And the station knew that they weren't trying to get sued because they're going to lose a lot of money because they keep on just spewing lies. And that's what I can't take with the mainstream. That's why the independent media is rising the way it is. That's why people are going over to X and other platforms to at least get the full story, and then they can make their own opinions. They don't need to have things censored and doctored and tailored in a way. You go to MSNBC and CNN. You go to MSNBC and CNN, and they're all saying the same thing as ABC, as all these other stations. At least when you go to Fox, it's not completely to the right. You know, they're more moderate than anything as far as the mainstream media. And I don't 100% agree with Trump nominating Matt Gaetz, but hey, we'll see. But what I don't like is people just lying on people. Like, if there's facts and evidence, if there's something that he did truthfully, that's one thing. But don't be out there just lying on people. And there needs to be more accountability, especially for these people in these high seats. All right, because even if I said something on my little platform, I get a fact check at the bottom. So why do these people get to go about unchecked? Either way, I'm interested to know whatever you're thinking in the comments section. Till the next video, y'all be safe and stay wavy.
Repetition is the father of learning.